With this, I think the numbers are stabilizing. So we are going to start in a short while, right? We have a few things that we would like to do as protocol for this session. One of it is there will be times when I'm going to ask you the answer is either A, B, or C, or A and B. All right, that's the time you can chat and give your answers. Okay, right. So I would like this session to be interactive, not just listening to me, but you are telling me what you think as well. Okay, very simple parts where I'm going to ask A, B, C. Which one is the possible answer? You just, yeah, good morning. All right, so I have some answers already. Okay, right. So I think we can start now. You're all ready? Yes.
Ready?
Yes. Okay. All right. Good morning. I'm sorry. Another thing is this is going to be recorded, or it's recording now. So I just want to inform you that this session is going to be recorded and we'll probably upload it onto YouTube in a short while. Okay. After this. Right. So I'm going to present my topic for today. No, Alina, you're not late. We're just starting, and that's good. Okay, just have switched to a new desktop laptop, so the file is not open. Just give me a short while to open the file. It's taking a long while, short while. Okay, there we are. Right, let's present. Okay, today's topic is on understanding why eclipses do not occur every month. Before we start, we want to understand a few different types of views. One is top view. All right, when we see things, we can see things as top view. We can see things as side view, by the side. We can see it as Earth view, means from Earth. We can also see it from space, like if you're an astronaut, all right, or you are an alien, all right, then you're looking from space. We have also another set of views called 2D and 3D. Okay, so if you look at these two pictures, you would see that the first one, the total solar eclipse, is a side view, all right, and it is from Earth. Okay, so we're looking at the total solar eclipse from Earth, side view, and it's 2D. So we only see it like flat. So it is a 2D side view from Earth. But this one is also a picture of the total solar eclipse. But it looks different because it's a 3D side view from space. Okay, so this is a picture that is taken by an alien in space, okay, or an astronaut in space. Take this picture from space, and you see it in 3D. Yeah. So when we present a picture or something for you to see, you need to think. This one is 2D or 3D. Is it top view or side view? Is it from Earth or from space? Okay, so let's check the next one. This picture is one that is seen, that is seen from that you can find from the internet, and it's often shown, all right, in the books as well. Okay. What kind of view is this? This is a 2D, that is flat. Top view from the top, okay, and it's from space because Earth is visible. So you see Earth, that means you're not from Earth, you are from space, okay? So it's a 2D top view from space. Now, when I asked the student to shade the lighted or the illuminated part of the moon, I get this answer from one of the students, a very interesting answer. What is the answer that is given? So she colored this lighted. Why? Because it's facing the sun. It's lighted because it's facing the sun. Very good. Lighted because it's facing the sun. Lighted because it's facing the sun. No light. Why is the moon in position 5 not illuminated or lighted by the sun? And do you know what the answer is or was? That was given. Very interesting. Well, she said, Miss Dunn, the Earth is bigger than the moon and the moon is behind the Earth. So it is blocked. The light from the sun is blocked by the moon. I said, very logical answer. So if that is the case, that means every time when the moon moves to full moon position, we will not see full moon at all because it's blocked by the Earth. Oh, so that means we will not see full moon. We will be having eclipses. Solar and lunar eclipses every month. But that doesn't happen. How come? Something is not right somewhere, right? Something is not right. The conclusion seems logical, but something is not right. What is not right with this student's answer? The problem is the assumption. What is the assumption? Because this is a 2D view. So you can, and it's a top view, 2D top view from space. So you don't actually see what is happening from the side and 3D, all right? So the assumption is that this plane, the orbital plane of the moon, is the same as the orbital plane of the Earth. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to off this to come back to you, all right, to explain what that means. Orbital plane. Can you see this model that I'm showing you?
Yes.
Yes, very good. So when we talk about orbital plane, we're talking about this plate, this space here, okay? So if the Earth is here, then this is, and it goes round the sun like this, then this white piece of plastic is called the orbital plane of the Earth around the sun. Now, we have the moon here. The moon here is the yellow colored ball, all right? The Earth is the center blue ball, all right? So the Earth goes round the sun, all right? This piece of plastic where the moon goes round is called the orbital plane. Okay, so this is the orbital plane of the moon around the Earth. This white piece of plastic, this space here, all right, this surface is the orbital plane of the Earth around the sun. This is the sun. Okay, so if the two planes are the same, on the same plane, they are on the same plane. Okay, if they are on the same plane, that means the sun light is going to be blocked by the Earth. Okay, and so this full moon will not be lighted by the sun. And that's the assumption of the person who said, no light here, because the person thinks that the orbital plane of the Earth is the same piece of surface as the orbital plane of the moon. But we do see the full moon. So that means it's not like this. The two planes are not like this. So how le? What is the two planes like? Okay, I'm going to continue my presentation to see what is the plane like. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have here, all right, and we have choices, A, B, or C. Just now, if A is the answer, then we would get no full moon and eclipses every month, which is not correct. So A is out. What about B and C then? Okay, that means there is a tilt. So, well, if it is not a line, the same plane, then it has to be tilted lah. So it's either B or C. All right. Question is, how much is the tilt? Right? And let's find out how much is the tilt. So B or C. Now this is a 3D side view from space. And you notice that when we change the picture to a different view, we learn different things. Just now was a 2D top view from space. Now it's a 3D side view from space. So hey, it's not flat, it's tilted. And how much is the tilt? Let's find out. The tilt is 5.14 degrees from the Earth's orbit around the sun. Okay, so I'm going to switch to the mode again to let you see what the tilt means. That means it's like this. Just now, we think it is like this on the same plane, but it's not. It is tilted like this. Get it? The orbital plane. Oh, the other swara. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So if there is any wrong, thank you. All right. So So if there is a problem, please let me know so I can rectify. Right. So do you understand the tilt? If they are on the same plane, the orbital plane of the Earth and the orbital plane of the moon is same. That means you will get eclipses every month, which we don't get. So that means it's not like this. So it's actually like this. The orbital plane of the moon is tilted. Okay? Then the tilt is just a little bit, and it's only 5 point something degree. So it's not like this, but it's tilted. Yeah, I'm going to exaggerate the tilt so that it looks like a lot, but it's actually very little. Okay, that's the tilt. So first thing we need to understand about eclipses is the two orbital planes are not the same. All right, one, the Earth, the moon's orbital plane is tilted from the Earth's orbital plane. Okay, you understand that? So that's very good. Yeah. So first thing that you need to know. Okay, now let's continue. All right. So now, if the plane is not is tilted, okay, there are different ways where the planes can be orientated as the moon or as the Earth goes round. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm going to come back to the model before I go into this. All right, so I'm going to show you the model again. There are two possibilities where the orientation, all right, so if it is tilted, then you get the moon on top and the moon below. So there would be, you can see the full moon here, okay, because it's on top. And there won't be any eclipse because it's not aligned. All right, only when there's alignment do you get eclipse. So if it is tilted, then you will get, no eclipse here. You can see the full moon. Then the sunlight can light the moon here on this finger here. All right. So, but we have another problem. We have another situation. As the Earth moves round, how does this orbit of the Earth, of the Moon goes? So does it go? There are two possible cases. One is it goes like this. Okay, I'm going to move it this way, and it goes like this. Can you see the orientation of the orbit of the Moon changing? Can you see?
Yes.
All right. So at first it is towards this direction. Okay. Now it is this towards you. Okay, away from me. And now it is like this. If the orientation of the orbit of the Moon keeps changing like this, what will you get? You will get the Moon always on top, and the full Moon always on top, and the new Moon always at the bottom. Then you would never get eclipse. Just now, like this, all the time eclipse. Every month also you get eclipse. If like this and like this, then every month also no eclipse. So that means this is not the way the orbit, the orientation of the orbit is. So it is not rotating like this. Okay, then how should it be? Right? It is like this. The orientation of the orientation. Let me explain orientation. Orientation is like direction. Okay, like this is one orientation. This is another orientation. This is another orientation. This is another orientation. This is a different orientation. Okay, orientation is like direction. Okay, that's the meaning of orientation. Yeah. Okay, orientation. Just now, if the orientation changes, it rotates. That's rotating. Then you would get the full moon always on top and the new moon always below. Then you would get no eclipses throughout the year. But the way the moon moves around the sun, it's different. It's very special, right? It goes like this. Okay, I'm going to show you and you tell me how it is like. As the Earth goes round, it goes like this. So what do you see? You'll notice that the orientation do not change. It is fixed. Okay? This side, and goes here. It's still very pointing in the same direction and in the same direction. Yeah? Can you see? It's pointing in the same direction all the time. And that's how it moves. Okay? Now, then when is the eclipse happening? Here, no eclipse. But when it reaches here, okay, this is where the eclipse happens. During the full moon and new moon, see the orientation is still in the same direction. But during the full moon and new moon, you would see alignment. Okay, see the alignment? Here. That's alignment. Yeah. So, and then when you come to this point, full moon and new moon, there is no alignment. It's up and down. But when it comes here, this part, right? This part, you would get alignment again. You get alignment again. Okay? See, the orientation is still that direction, but you would get the eclipse. So the eclipse happens at this place and this place. So you have half a year. The eclipses happen half a year. Okay? Half the circle, all right? Half the revolution. Getting the picture? I'm going back to the PowerPoint for you to see the two pictures. Okay, here we are. Right? Okay, so this one, the A, the orientation changes. Can you see it? First, it's towards this side. Then it's away. Then it's towards my left. And then this is going this way. So if this is the case, then you would never get eclipse. But that's not the way the orbit of the moon is. The orbit of the moon is like this. See, the orientation is fixed, always in the same direction. Always in the same direction. So all these times, these months, as the Earth goes round the sun, You will have no eclipse, no eclipse, no eclipse, no eclipse, no eclipse, and suddenly, got eclipse here. Okay? And then no, eclipse again. All right? So, and then no, go. So my question, how often do you think we will have eclipses? Let's get some answers from you. How often do you think we can have eclipses? Answers from anybody?
At least 12 years. 12 times a year. At least 12.
2 times a year, correct.
No, 12.
Huh?
12.
12 times a year?
Yes.
Why 12 times a year? Okay. Let's look at the picture again. All right.
Roughly 5 to 6 months once.
5 to 6 months once. Okay.
Yeah. Once in 5 to 6 months. Once in 5 to 6 months.
Once in 5 to 6 months. Okay. Once in 5 to 6 months. Let's look at this PowerPoint again. All right. As we compare this, we look at this. Okay. So we have this month here. Let's say we have this month, January. January, no. February, no. March, no. April, no. May, no. June, July. All right. Okay. So sorry. January 12 goes round. So we have January, no. February, no. March, no. Maybe March. Okay. March, April, you get one set. Okay. Then April, May, don't have. April, May, June, don't have. July, August, then September, another set. Okay. September, October, November, December, January. So about 5-6 months, all right, we will get. Okay. So for the eclipse to occur, there are conditions. First is, of course, new moon and full moon. This one we already learned in our primary school, right? Eclipses occurs during full moon and new moon only, because that's the only time where there is a possible alignment. 2 is the orbit is tilted. You need the orbit to be tilted for us to have sometimes eclipse, sometimes no eclipse. Okay, but there is a third thing that I have shown you just now. The orientation of the orbital plane is fixed, so it's always in the same direction. I'm going to put this line here. This thing is fixed. Okay, so this direction is fixed. The orientation of the orbital plane of the moon. Okay, this direction, same, and same. Okay, right? You see that the orientation is the same. You need all these 3 to be able to fully understand why we only have eclipses, all right, every about half a year. Okay, so total there are about 2 to 5 number of solar eclipses and 2 to 5 number of lunar eclipses 1 year. I'm going to give you data to show that. Yep. Okay, so this is 2020. These are the time. Solar eclipses, there were 2. 1 annular, 1 total. All right, look at the time. June, December. Half a year later. Get it? Okay, right? June, November. January, June. Okay, about half a year later. Yeah, and so it's the same thing. June, December. Yeah, all right. This is 2021. This year. This year, 26th May, we will have a total lunar eclipse, but it's visible in KL only at this time, 7:16 to 7:25. That means it's just rising. It's very low in the horizon. You will probably not catch it. Yeah, and it's very short because it's the ending part of the eclipse. 2022, you see the time, April and October. Yeah, so about 5 to 6 months. All right, one time. So there are actually quite a lot of eclipses happening. Half a year you get one set, half a year you get another set, right? But we don't have a lot of news on it. Why? Because of things like that. The eclipse is only penumbral. That means it's not total. So not exciting, right? Not exciting. Annular and total solar, exciting. So you will have news, all right? If it's partial, it's also not exciting. The lunar eclipse is only exciting when it's total. Yeah. So when you have annular, we have total, all right, we will have news. Then here, this one is partial. So the news is not going to be very big. Maybe there is some news, all right, but it's not going to be very big. People are not going to be totally excited simply because it is not total eclipse, all right? Right. So now we understand that there are 3 things that you need to grasp for the eclipse. Yeah, here, right? It only occurs during new moon and full moon. The orbit is tilted and the orientation of the orbital plane is fixed. So you need to see these 3, all right, together to be able to understand eclipse. So is this the end of the story? No, this is only part 1 or part 1 and 2. There is one more part that I want you to see. But before I go, I want to see if there are any questions to another part. Any questions from you? So far clear?
Yes.
So far clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Very
Yes.
good. All right. So good. So I'm going to go to the second part. Yeah. To see the path of the the path of the moon relative to the sun. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. I'm going to explain what that means. This is what we have seen so far. All right. This circle. The orbit circle, all right, orbital plane. This is the orbit of the moon around the earth. The green color circles are the earth, the yellow is moon, and the orangey one is the sun, okay? Now, so far, when we see these circles, it's actually the movement or the path, orbital path of the moon relative to earth. That means earth is not moving. Okay, Earth is the observer. And so the moon is going round it, round the Earth. But we want to see what is the relative path of the moon, the path of the moon relative to the sun. What do you mean by relative to the sun? We know the Earth moves. The Earth is not static. The Earth revolves, goes round the sun. So if the Earth goes round the sun, does the moon goes round at the same time like this in A? Okay, so this is a 2D top view from space. This is a 3D top view from space. You see the different information when you have different views. 2D, you don't see the 3D up and down, okay? So when you see 3D, you see the tilt, okay? 2D, you don't see the tilt. 3D side view, this is a top view. A 3D side view, you can see the tilt, right? So sometimes when we present pictures to students, we need to sometimes give them 2 views, sometimes give them top view, 2D, 3D side view, so that they can see more things. They do not have misconceptions or they have wrong assumptions because we don't tell them or show them the different views, okay? Right, so we have 3 possibilities that my students have given me before. And let's see how you think, all right? What you think, A, B, or C. So this one is circle, circle, all circle, complete circle as to when the moon, the Earth goes round the sun, the moon goes round like this, A. B, another set that the students have given is, no, not like A, like B, go down like this, like the slinky kind of thing, go around like this, all right? And then we have another set, but very rare, all right? But another set, C, all right, says, no, not like this, but like this, okay? Top view and side views this way, A, B, or C. I want you to look carefully And then I'm going to have a survey of what you think. A, B, or C. Okay, look carefully. A, complete circles. B, all right, continue like this slinky thing, going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, round, round, round. And 3C, no up, no round, round, huh? So it goes all the way forward, all the way forward. All right. This one, A, go round. B also goes round, but in a slightly different way. Okay. But C, don't go backward, always going forward. Okay. The moon. So A, B, or C. Let's hear from you. Okay. Give me a chat. Give me a chat to give your answers. Can you chat to give me answers? A, B, or C? C, A. I think C, miss. Okay, let's go. All right. Any others? A. All right. So there are A's. Any others who would like to try? C. Okay. Any others?
Miss Tan, I would like to answer B.
You asked the answer B. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
My answer
better.
is
All right.
B. All right, thank you.
Yes, I like to encourage students to give all possible what they think, because then we will be able to see where we are right, whether we are wrong. Then we can challenge our own thinking. Okay, right? So we have answers A, B, and C, all three. So how do we find out which one is correct? All right. So I'm going to show you and demonstrate something to you. After that, you give me your answer. Okay. Okay. Right. So good. All right. So we have all the three different possible answers. So some say A, some say B, some say C. My students in my class always have A, B, C also. Okay. Rather, most of them has A, B. Right. Some of them have C. Okay. So I saw some C just now. All right. And some names are familiar. Okay. Right. So let's see. How do we find out whether it is A, B, or C? Now we want to talk about not giving students answers, right? We want them to discover. All right. And here we have this method, this way of teaching, so that students discover for themselves. So finally, you are going to give me the answer. All right. So let's go. So how do we go? All right. Here, let's investigate. Yeah. What we know is the positions of the new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter as the Earth moves around the sun. So we do know this. I think we have this. The new moon is when the moon is in between the Earth and the sun. So that's the position of the new moon. So quarter. Number 2 is first quarter. Where's first quarter? Quarter is like this, right? So you have a 90 degree. So that's first quarter. Okay, so we're going to put that. So as the Earth moves or revolves around the sun, so the moon is going to move from new moon to first quarter. Where's full moon? Full moon is when so the Earth has moved already to position 3, and now it's full moon, right? The Earth is in between the moon and the sun, correct? So it's here. All right. What about 4? 4 is last quarter. Where's last quarter? Last quarter is here when it's on the other side. Okay? Correct? First quarter is on this side. Last quarter is on this side. And then after that, what do we have? After the last quarter, we're going to have new moon again. So new moon is here. Okay? In between. It's like this one. So we draw a line there. So it should be in between. Then let's continue. And we have first quarter, right? And then you have full moon. And then you have the last quarter. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong place. This one is here. And this one is here. All right. So what do we see? See, as the Earth goes round the sun, so you have the moon going round as well. So what is the path like? What does it look like? Okay, what does it look like? Let's join the lines. Okay, let's join the lines. And what does it look like? Okay, so I'm checking whether the diagram is okay. So new moon, full moon, all right? So we have this. And So create the moon path by joining the moon's position as the Earth orbits the sun. So we're going to join them. First quarter, full moon, third quarter, and new moon again. New moon, quarter, full moon, and third quarter, and as it goes along, right? So what do we get? We actually get this. Oh, this is what we get. Now you have the moon path relative to the sun in 2D. Still flat, so it's 2D. It's not 3D, right? It's a top view, 2D top view from space. All right? So looking at this picture, okay, I'm going to go back to this. So which do you think is the answer? A, B, or C?
C.
C. Can you see that?
C.
C. Okay. Now you are giving me the answer. All right. You are giving me the answer, not I give you answer. Yep. So we want to be able to help students to see for themselves where the answers are and how they get this answer, right? So the answer is C. Now, what does it look like in 3D? All right, very interesting, huh? This is a 2D, flat top view. But 3D, how does it look like in 3D? Because just now we talked about tilt, right? So in 3D, we should be able to see the tilt, okay? Right? So let's see what the tilt looks like. This is a model that I made, all right? A model that I made for a competition for my class, and it has won the Torrey Science Education Award. This line, okay, I'm going to draw, show you, draw this line. This is the moon path, okay? This is what it looks like in 3D. Sometimes up, sometimes down. Okay, I'm going to put it in red so you can see, okay? So this is the 3D moon path. This is the actual path of the sun, of the moon around the sun. It looks like this, yeah? Just like this in 2D, this is in 3D. So it's sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes up, sometimes down, yeah? Okay, so that's the moon path around the sun. Okay, I'm going to show you then, because of the moon path, there are positions where you have eclipse and positions where we have no eclipse. You look at position 1 of the moon path. This straight line, I'm going to make it bigger here. This straight line here, white line here, is the orbital path of the Earth. So this is where the Earth is. Okay, so I hang the Earth here. This is the Earth. Okay, this curly thing, curved thing, is the orbital path of the moon. All right, and that's where I hang the moon. Yep. Okay, I hang the moon here. Now, at this position, this is a new moon. Right? This is the Earth here. This red thing, position of the Earth, and this is the position of the new moon. So the bigger picture is here, right? So in the model, this is Earth, and this moon path, I hang the moon here, and it's actually below. Yeah. So I hang the Earth here, same length, right? So this is the time where you do not have eclipse, because the moon path is not the same plane as the Earth orbital path, orbital plane, right? So that's when the moon is below. So you don't have eclipse, right? And then it goes to new moon. Remember, I told you how the movement is. So you have new moon. First quarter is here. Can you see? First quarter. And then here is the full moon, right? New moon. First quarter, right? That's how we draw for the 2D one. So 3D is actually high up. It's not flat, huh? And then full moon, it's up, full moon, okay? So full moon, and this one, is high up. So you see this full moon here. Okay, this is higher, this is lower. So this month, this particular month, this set, all right, no eclipse because the moon is below for new moon and the full moon is up here. Yeah, so no eclipses. Now, then after that, it will go full moon, then third quarter, and then we'll come here. All right, third quarter is here. So it's full moon, third quarter, and then new moon here for this moon path. You see, the new moon here, and now this new moon and the moon Earth is aligned. This two is aligned. So when I hang these two, you get this. Hey, the shadow of the moon is on the Earth. So if I stand here in this umbra, then all the light of the sun is blocked. That's where I see a solar eclipse, total solar eclipse here. Then it will be darkness for a short while. Okay, if I stand here, all right, in the penumbra, all right, then I see partial solar eclipse. If I'm staying here, sorry, no eclipse, because none of the shadow of the moon falls on your part of the Earth. Right? So we say, oh, the total eclipse is in Indonesia, all right? I'm in Thailand, oh, sorry, don't have, all right? Or it's in America, we are in Malaysia on the other side, all right? If it's in America here, then we are on the other side, Malaysia, all right? We are in the dark, we are in at night, so we don't get, all right, eclipses. But if you're staying here and the shadow falls on you, then you get total solar eclipse, all right? If you are staying here, then you get partial solar eclipse. If you are here, then you don't have eclipses. Right, so that's position 3. So this is the position where the alignment takes place. And then you have, of course, we have, just now was what? New moon, all right? Then you have quarter. You see, quarter is always along this. When you see on top, then you will see it beside here. That's from the top view. But the side view, from the side, then you see, hey, it's not really here, but it's up here. So it's very important to let students see top view, side view. You see different thing, okay? 2D, 3D, you see different thing. You see it from Earth, you see it from space, then you see different things. These photos here are space view, okay? All these are space view. These are all space view, yeah? You are looking from space, that's why you see Earth here. So then you have the, here, full moon. So you have third quarter and full moon. Now the full moon and the Earth now in this particular month is aligned. So you get this, okay? So the moon moves into the shadow of the Earth. And that's where you will have lunar eclipse. Yeah. Okay? So this is the last part of the story that I want to talk about, why we do not have eclipses every month. So there are months here where the moon is below or the moon is above, no eclipse. Only at months, at times, for the new moon and the full moon, where the 3 objects, the Earth, Sun, and Moon are aligned. Here we have total solar eclipse, and here we have total lunar eclipse. Right? So you notice the shadow. Here you have 2 shadows, and here got only 1 shadow. The other shadow falls on the Earth. This one, the moon goes into the shadow of the Earth. That's when you have lunar eclipse. Okay, so if it doesn't go into the shadow, you get the shadow's moon. Here, the shadow moon is not visible simply because the moon is not lighted. All right, so thank you very much. Any questions? Am I clear, or do you have questions? Any questions?
Yes, Ms. Tan.
Yes.
I'd like to ask a question.
Yes.
Based on the illustration given by Ms. Tan just now,
Yes.
I would like to ask, is it possible that one of few areas in the Earth has never seen eclipse at all? Because I think eclipse happens, it also depends on the revolution and also rotation of Earth and Moon itself.
Yes.
So is there any possibility that some areas in the Earth that never happened, I mean the eclipse never happened before in that particular areas? Or is it higher chances for the areas in equator to have more eclipse as compared to the one in North Pole or South Pole?
Good question. Okay. We have, okay, if you look at lunar eclipses, when lunar eclipses occur, almost like the part of the world that is at night will be able to see the lunar eclipse. So lunar eclipse would be visible to half the world, almost half the world. Okay, so rotating, so there would be different parts of the half the world that would be experiencing lunar. So if we talk about lunar eclipses, then it's like the probability of almost everybody having possibly have lunar or be able to observe in any part of the world would be a greater chance. Okay, much higher, simply because it's half of the world most of the time. All right, almost half the world, and of course it would be different times. The lunar eclipses as well as solar eclipses will be occurring at different places. All right, so the chances of lunar being visible to everybody in the Earth is pretty high. I'm not sure if it's 100%, but would be almost there, if not 100%. But solar would be a little bit more like specific to certain areas. We have a lot of where does the lunar solar eclipses occur? It actually runs everywhere. Like the last time was in America. All right, there were a few other times was in near Malaysia or even Malaysia, and then like Sabah, Sarawak. But the zone, the area where you see total eclipses would be very confined, very confined. So if you ask me if there is any place that never had solar eclipse, never had, I wouldn't dare to say, but the chances are higher that don't have that there may be some that had never had total solar eclipse. Partial, penumbra, maybe more. All right, because like, for example, if you have one place that has total, one small strip that has total, then you have certain other parts that has partial, okay, partial eclipse, so which is a wider area. I have not, how to say, worked out if it covers every piece on Earth but it would be different pieces of the Earth all the time. So to answer to the root, is it total, is it every single part? I wouldn't dare to say, but maybe I need to find out Is it, does it cover every single part of the Earth? Is there any part of the Earth that never had? But I would say that there would be less of the chance to see solar eclipse than lunar eclipse in any part of the world. Okay.
Thank you very much for the clarification.
Yes. I need to check out that is it every single part of the Earth that never had any solar eclipse? That one I wouldn't dare to say. Yes. Any other question?
Miss Tan, I got one.
Yes.
As you know, like lunar eclipse is when the moon moves into the Earth's shadows.
Yes.
But why, when we see lunar eclipse, the moon is red, not white?
Okay. That is due to the scattering of the Earth's atmosphere. Let me see how to explain this. I have this model here. All right, here is the Earth. Okay, this one is the Earth. The Earth has atmosphere around it, all right? And the Sun, okay, the Sun is here, and I'm going to use my fist as the Sun, okay? That's the Sun. So when the Sun rays passes through the atmosphere, right? Sun's rays passes through the atmosphere. There's the atmosphere around the Earth here, all right? The Sun's rays, having 7 colors, are scattered. That means, like if this is a particle, the Sun's rays go here, and the light gets scattered into different directions, okay? Different directions. And the light that's scattered the most is blue light. So if you have 7 colors, all right, the blue gets scattered this way, but the red is the one that scattered least, so it goes past behind, all right? So we have the red part, all right, who goes through to the back here. This is where the moon is. This is where the moon is. Actually, even without the moon, all right, even without the moon here, the back part here, the back part of space here is actually red light, because the blue has been scattered all the time. It's all the time. All right, it's just that we never like really come to know about it. So this, the atmosphere here is blue is always scattered this way, okay, and the red is left behind here. So this shadow, actually the shadow part, all right, of the behind the Earth here, the Sun is here, all right, the shadow part here is always red color one, all right. Why we see red is simply because the moon goes into the shadow and reflect this already red light that is present here. All right. Why we don't see it? Because the red light goes to infinity, nothing to reflect back to us, Earth here. We are standing here. Okay. So when the moon goes into the shadow, then it reflects that that red light that is already here. Not that it's there when it comes in. No, it's already here. It's already red here. Okay. So, and it goes in, it just reflects it to us and we see it red. So as it goes into the shadow, there is actually red light being reflected already. If you observe the eclipse a little bit more closely, all right, or you magnify it, you can actually see that when it goes into the shadow, it's already red, but it's tinged. All right, it's not so visible because the other part of the moon is still bright, the other part of the sun. Okay, so then the red bit is not so clear. But as more of it goes in, then it looks more and more reddish. It's because it's going into the red part here. This part behind, the shadow behind here is actually red already. Okay, does that help?
Right. Thank you, Miss.
Yeah. Any other question? No questions? Yes.
Clear.
Clear? Okay, thank you. The others are clear? All right, can give me okay. So let me know it's all right. Okay. Thank you. All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, I hope this has been, this is informative to you and you can use it to teach. All right, the idea of the different views, especially in astronomy, you would need to teach the students that there's a 2D view, there's a 3D view, there's a top view, side view, as well as Earth view and space view. You would be needing to differentiate all these views so that the students would be able to capture, all right, the whole 3D picture from Earth and space, and not just have a one-sided view. When you have a one-sided view, then you would get misconceptions, all right? And your ideas would be not correct, okay? Right? So thank you all very much. It's 12 already. We'll see you another time if we get the chance to, all right? So thank you very much. Right.
Thank you, Miss.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tan.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I didn't get
Thank you,
to know
Mr.
all of you.
Miss Tan.
All right. So
Thank
maybe,
you, Miss Tan.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So maybe another time I get to know you. All right.
Thank you, Miss Tan.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Hah? Sampah tadi, dan kucing tu apa?
Thank
Tu
you.
ada tu lah. Udang dengan sotong.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. All right. Next time share again. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss
Thank
Tan.
you. Yes. All right. My former students. Miss you. Yeah. Miss you. Okay. Bye. All right. Bye bye. See you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Tan.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.